Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen of Oklahoma is not dropping it. He is not giving up on his very obvious desire to fight Teamster's leader, Sean O'Brien. And so after the incident that took place during the Senate hearing this week, Mark Wayne Mullen, senator from Oklahoma, Republican, went crying to Fox Business, whining about the fact that why are we not allowed to fight people? I mean, that sounds like an exaggeration on my part, but I promise you it's not. Mark Wayne Mullen actually made the case that we should just bring back physical beatdowns to the Senate, to the House. Let's just let everybody beat the crap out of one another, so that people can earn respect. So here he is. Here is Mark Wayne Mullen on Fox Business Channel telling us about his grand idea to just let everybody go at it. Take a look.
Because Bernie was saying this isn't how we behave, and I says, you brought the thug in. You know how he behaved. You've seen his tweets to me, or X, I don't know what you call them, but where he's tweeted at me, and you've seen where he's behaved, and you know his past. You're the one bringing this thug in front of the committee, so what do you expect is going to happen? And keep in mind, too, this isn't anything new. Andrew Jackson challenged 9 people to a duel when he was president, and he also knocked one guy out at a White House dinner. There's been canings before in the Senate, too. Maybe we should bring some of that back, and it'll keep people from thinking they're so tough and make us sit at a table and we can actually work out our differences without poking at each other and want to run to cameras and call people names.
Now, I love the fact that he's like, hey, people would start respecting each other if they thought they'd get their ass beat, right? I mean, listen, Mark, it's easy for you to sit there in your current position, even during that Senate hearing. I know you stood up and you're like, let's go, man, let's go. But you knew you couldn't fight him. You knew nobody would allow it to happen. So you see, it's easy to talk a big game when you know that everybody's going to stop you and prevent you from getting your ass beat by a Teamsters leader. I don't know if you know anything about the Teamsters, but maybe look into their history a bit. Not exactly the kind of people you want to get on the wrong side of. I'm not saying it's like that anymore, but I also don't know because I'm not a Teamster, but just historically, probably the wrong people to pick a fight with. Read a book every now and then, Mark Wayne. I promise you, you will benefit tremendously from it. But he brings up the historical precedents, right? Like Andrew Jackson was challenging people to duels. We had the caning of Charles Sumter. Why don't we bring that back? Do you know why we don't bring it back? Because it was illegal even then. Like, those things weren't just allowed. Did you think that there were rules in the Senate at the time saying like, hey, if you get pissed off, grab your cane, give him a couple whacks, and then go sit back down? It was illegal. Like, there was a big hoopla over that. It was a horrible incident, the caning of Charles Sumter. And then, of course, the dueling, that was not legal. They did it all kind of off the books, but it wasn't allowed to just go and shoot somebody. So even then, it was illegal. And I know you're saying you want to bring that back, but you're also the guy, ever since you attempted to fight Sean O'Brien earlier this week, the photo of you cowering down behind the seats during the Capitol riot, while many of your colleagues were actually physically barricading a door, you weren't involved in that. You were hiding. Like, it's the same photograph. Mark Wayne Mullen crouching down alone behind the chairs, hiding while his colleagues are trying to protect the chamber. You want to be the big tough guy? You had your chance to be the big tough guy, and you ran and hid like a scared little baby. So don't sit there on Fox News. Don't sit there in the Senate and act like you're the biggest, toughest guy and you're going to beat everybody's ass. You had the chance to beat ass and you chose to run and hide. So yeah, you can talk a big game all you want because you know it'll never happen. But we have seen you in action, and we know that when you are given the opportunity to stand up and be a man, you would rather cower and be a child. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.